Hey there, how's it going? My name is Free. This is Free's First Time Whiskey Reviews, where I do just that. And at the end of said review, I usually give the whiskey a musical pairing, because I think whiskey and music go pretty well together. But sometimes I will take a few whiskeys that are very similar, and I will put them together in a blind challenge, just so I can, as objective as possible, find out which one I prefer without any other outside influence or noise. And that's what we're doing today. We're checking out the Dewar's Smooth line. There are 4 of them, to the best of my knowledge, and I've only managed to wrangle up 3. I have yet to get my hands on the Portuguese Smooth. But they're essentially just the same liquid that finished the last 6 months of their maturation in a special kind of barrel. And we'll talk about those as well. So the first one is going to be the Japanese Smooth, which is just 8-year-old Dewar's that spend the last 6 months of its life in Japanese Mizunara barrels, which is just a rare and expensive Japanese oak. Not a ton of experience with the flavor profile that Mizunara imparts onto whiskey, so that should be interesting. And as you can tell by all of these bottles, I haven't spent too much time with them. So and it's been a while. I just kind of opened them, tasted them just to see what they were like, and then put them on the shelf, and that was months and months ago. So I don't have much of a leg to stand on when it comes to memory. The next one is the Caribbean Smooth. And if you don't think of Billy Ocean while reading this label, then I'm clearly way older than you. Yeah. And this is, again, the 8-year-old blended Scotch whiskey. That's the same as the other 2, but has spent the last 6 months of its life in Caribbean rum barrels. All right, next is the Ilegal Smooth, which is the same as the other ones, but spent the last 6 months in mezcal barrels. Not a whole lot of experience with mezcal myself. I know it's kind of like a smoky tequila. I hear good things. It sounds like it'd be pretty awesome, actually. I think I would love to try some, but here in China, nah, not happening. Not happening. And the Ilegal name is the name of the distillery and mezcal makers that, contributed the barrels for this Mamma Jamma. So, again, hate to repeat myself, they are all 8-year-olds.
8-year-olds, dude.
They are all blended Scotch, so that's going to be a little bit of single malt and a little bit of single grain mixed together. And yeah, I think it's safe to say that they are chill filtered and they are colored. But what do you expect? You can't be upset with that. So that's basically it, right? Yeah. Smooth going. So what I'm going to do here is I poured these a little while ago. I'm going to try to get this to go as quickly as possible. I poured these a little while ago, put some colored dots on the bottom, wrote down the answers to said dots. Chia. And now I'm just gonna, and that was a long time ago, and I'm even gonna mix them up for you just to give a little bit of extra mixy mix. So I'm gonna just taste them all, I'm gonna nose them all, taste them all, and to see which one I prefer, and to see if I can really get those barrel notes on the nose and the palate, because it's 6 months, in my opinion, isn't that long of a time. Although I hear, it's enough. It's enough to give a little something to the juice. So we're gonna see. I'm not gonna record all the sniffing and slurping, so I'm gonna save you that. But I will read you my notes at the end, and maybe you can listen to what I had to say and make a pick yourself. And then I'm just gonna pick which one that I would prefer out of the 3. And I wish I had the 4th one, but I just don't. And that's that. So that being said, let's do this. I'll move my notes, and away we go. Do-do-do. This smells like, I don't know what that's touching me. This is very fake. Oh no. Very glad I did not see that. Panda watch. Okay. So yeah, we're good to go. We have a verdict, I suppose, if you want to call it that, or just answers, opinions, thoughts, whatever you want it to be. So really, really quick, I'm just going to run through 1, 2, 3 and tell you what I smelt and what I tasted and what I thought in general. So on number 1, It's creamy vanilla on the nose, sharp honey, smells like single malt. I didn't taste any grain vibes whatsoever coming out of that one. Smell any grain vibes coming out of that one at all. Those sugary orange pieces, and I got some marshmallow as well on the nose. But on the palate, I got a little bit of burnt match, and then I put peat, and a lot of oak spice. And then your standard, just, malty, caramely type of vibe that you would get from something like that. On the finish, which they're all fairly similar, short to medium oak spice, and it was bitter, savory, and sweet all at the same time, kind of just hanging out together, which was actually kind of nice. Number 2, more ethanol forward. I do pick up the grain. It's kind of a shiny, mineral-y type vibe. I got some grass and some hay on the palate. Soft, creamy, easy, or smooth.
Damn, we're smooth.
Green wood, simple syrup, honey, mochi with some powdered sugar on it. It's a little on the nose. I think you know what I think that one is. Again, the finish, same as before, but sans savory bits. The savory part wasn't there. Number 3, more grain than malt, but still nice on the nose. Earthy, little sweet, aloe, green plants, vegetal. On the palate, good mouthfeel, fairly creamy like number 2. A little bitter, a little sharp, fruity. It's like that canned fruit cocktail with that one piece of cherry in it. and it had some sweetness as well. And the finish was basically the exact same thing as number 2, but the sweetness was amped up just a hair. So, thoughts? What do you think? I think we're thinking the same thing, because these flavor profiles, and I'm probably digging my own grave here, but these flavor profiles aren't all that complicated. So my thoughts is this is the mezcal, this is the mizunara, and this is the Caribbean Smooth. So, and coincidentally, these are how I prefer them. The number 1, whatever it is my favorite. Number 2, my second favorite, and then obviously numero 3. So, let's see if I'm right. Let's see if I'm gonna eat my words. Let's just see. Number 1 is my favorite, and it's the pink, and that is I was right. The Ilegal, the Dewar's Ilegal Smooth. They're all 40% as well. Did I mention that? I think I did. If I didn't, now you know. Cool. So this is my second favorite. That is the yellow, and the yellow is the Japanese, the mizunara. So this one is that. So hey, right on. 3 for 3. Very cool. They are decent as far as drinking them neat. But if you were to mix it with anything at all, those little subtleties as to the finishing barrel will be completely lost and completely gone. So I'm not even sure what their approach was as far as, what they wanted to do. I think it's just kind of cool to be messing around. Don't you do that, stinky nuts. Sorry, my cat's messing with the cable. If you see a little bit of a wobble, that's him. Right on. So that's that. So if you're at the liquor store and you're standing in line and you're wondering which one to grab, sorry I don't have any information about the Portuguese Smooth, but I assume it's, porty. And as far as this guy's concerned, the mezcal was on the nose and the palate was better than the other 2. This one was actually pretty close though. This one I didn't really care for at all. That one will not be replaced. Not that any of them will, but yeah, these 2 are actually very similar, and this one was a distant third. So let that be, a word to the wise. So right on. Those are my thoughts, and those are my opinions on the Dewar's Smooth series. And that's all we have for today. Oh, when I was doing my notes, one of the songs that rocked me pretty hard was Steeler's Wheel, Stuck in the Middle with You. Just thought I'd let you know that. It's a great, great song. Cool, right on. Well, it's good to be back. Hopefully I'll be motivated to make some more of these videos, and we'll see you on the next one.